So Hosea 11, it talks about how Israel and Judah rebel. Well, Judah not so much, but God still loves them. And it talks about the history of how God called them out of Egypt and considered them to be his son. But then they kept on sacrificing to idols, to Baal. But he was the one who healed them. He was the one who pulled them along with ropes of love. And he bent down and fed them, who lift up the yoke from their jaws, like probably the Egyptian yoke, the heavy burden that they put on the Israelite. But then they turned to Assyria. They refused to return to God. And then so the people determined to turn away from God, though they call them to the one on high, none at all exalts him. So they didn't do what their name meant. But God said, how can he give up Ephraim? How can he surrender Israel? How can he destroy them like these cities? And in the study Bible, it said that the wicked city of Admah and Zeboim were destroyed along with Sodom and Gomorrah. And then his heart is turned over within him. His compassion are kindled. And then he will not destroy Ephraim again. So he in his anger, when he punished, he will punish, but it's not like over and over and over again. He will, his roar like a lion, like his loud call, it's kind of like a loud call, and then that will bring his sons, like the Israelite, could come back to him. And then so Ephraim surround God with lies, the house of Israel with deceit. Judah is unruly against God, but God is faithful. And the image that really stood out to me is like this line, and I bent down and fed them. So that, like, because I'm a mom, I've bent down and fed my children many times. And when I feed them, it's like not only like feeding them for their physical nourishment, the act of bending down, looking them in the eyes, face to face, very close proximity contact, making like weird noises to get them to open their mouth, and then feed them. All of those are such like intimate moments with your children, and it's just it reminds me of those intimacy that I have with my children when they were younger, and like their huge eyes just looking at me and my eyes just looking at their cute little faces. It's just an image that is so loving and so surreal, and God remembers those moments where he kind of carried them, he cared for them. They were innocent, they were his, they loved him with their whole being, and now it's not like that anymore. So that was the image that stood out to me most.